The real insult to 250 million Americans is not being called garbage. It is being called Nazis and fascists. Being called a Nazi or a fascist is not possible as label for Maga because it makes no sense. It's very simple to figure out why Maga cannot be Nazi or fascist. All you need to do is understand what being a Nazi or a fascist mean. Obviously the Democrats are not smart enough to figure this out, or they are lying, and therefore they are further insulting the people of the United States. They just call their adversaries hateful names, like a child would calling someone a mean name because of hate. A child would not stop to figure out how stupid it is to blindly call someone a mean name that makes no sense. In the matter involving the Democrats, hating with the message of such name-calling is proving that they are just being stupid or liars. They are hell-bent on keeping their power. Being a stupid person is especially true concerning Kamala Harris, who answered CNN Anderson Cooper's question, "Do you think that Trump is a fascist?" Her answer was loud and clear, make no mistake, as she repeated her answer twice, proving how stupid she is. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Although she is a certified liar, because she is not black and she did not work at McDonald's, despite her claims. However, she is not lying about Trump being a Nazi and a fascist. She has no clue about what being a Nazi or a fascist means, proves her lack of intelligence. Kamala is an idiot, and because Anderson Cooper asked that question in the first place, proves that he is also an idiot. Kamala Harris fucked her way up the political ladder. She is actually not qualified to hold any job that requires integrity, let alone being intelligent. Maybe she has enough skills to operate a mop or a broom as a janitor. The meaning of the word Nazi and fascist perfectly describe what the Democrats are and what their agenda is. If you do not believe it, look up the meaning of these two words online. But you don't have to, because to follow is a video by Bill Whittle that illustrates the meaning and the origin of these two words. Actually, in the only possible manner to not claim that Hillary Clinton and anyone else on the left are ignorant to what Nazi and fascist mean would be to say that she and the rest are outright liars. Since she and others on the left have already proven that they are liars, they could also be stupid. The actual meaning of these two words should leave no doubt, as this perfectly describes what they are. So they are lying, although certainly many are also stupid. Kamala can also wear the liar jacket as well, but not about calling anyone a Nazi or fascist. She is absolutely 100% stupid. Please share this video with anyone who is buying this hateful bullshit that the Democrats and their prostitute media are spreading. What they are doing is evil, and they have created an atmosphere of hate that has resulted in at least 3 assassination attempts on Trump so far. If Kamala gets into the White House, the United States will no longer be what it was, let alone will it be united. To follow is the video by Bill Whittle, who is a celebrated and accomplished conservative journalist.
Everybody's all lathered up about the fact that Joe Biden called us garbage, and nobody's lathered up about the fact that they called us Nazis and fascists. If I'd been handling communications during this whole Madison Square Garden Nazi rally thing, the first thing I would do is I would refuse to use the word Nazi at all. I would say, you're calling Donald Trump a National Socialist. Is that what you're doing? You're calling him a National Socialist? Really? Well, I'm not calling him a National Socialist, I'm calling him a Nazi. It's the same thing, you idiot. Nazi it's a contraction. It's an acronym, essentially. It's an acronym for the Germans. I don't have to teach people everything. Look, here's what Nazi actually means, so pay attention. The term Nazi is a contraction of the German for National Socialist German Workers' Party. That's the official designation of the Nazi Party, the NSDAP, the NSDAP. In German, it's the National Sozialistische Deutsche Arbeiterpartei. The National Socialist German Workers' Party. In other words, you can't spell Nazi without Socialist Workers' Party. The second thing they did was they called us a fascist.
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
You don't even know what the word fascist means. The term fascist actually preceded the term Nazi. The National Socialists in Germany modeled themselves after Mussolini in Italy, who did it 10 years before Hitler really came to power. He called his party the Partito Nazionale Fascista, the National Fascist Party, and he used as his emblem this. This is the symbol that he used, and it's called a fasces. A fasces is a bundle. It's Latin for bundle. In this case, it's a bundle of sticks, and the fasces is a collectivist symbol, meaning that an individual stick can be broken, but when we all come together, wrapped around by the bonds of a strong and powerful state, as a collective, we're unbreakable. This particular symbol goes back to the Romans, where it's often attached to an axe head to symbolize authority. When the Roman consuls would walk through the streets of Rome, they would be attended by guards holding these fasces, these bundles of sticks that had a ceremonial axe on the end, and this was the symbol of state authority. Here's a picture of Joe Biden standing directly in front of two fasces himself. As President of the United States, they flank the Speaker of the House in the House of Representatives. And to talk to the man who's representing individualism and a reduction of the power of the state, to call him a fascist is a contradiction in terms. It's an oxymoron, just like you are, Joe, without the oxy. So both the Nazis, the National Socialists in Germany, and the fascists, that'd be the totalitarians in Italy, both believed in a strong central state and total control over the economy. And in this, they had in common their relationship with their ideological brothers, the communists. Now, people say, oh, the communists are on the left and the Nazis are on the right. No, the National Socialist German Workers' Party, the Nazis, and the Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, the Soviets, are not opposites. I think it was Jonah Goldberg who said, no, it's Coke and Pepsi. They're both different flavors of the same thing. They're both totalitarian states where the state is absolutely primal over the individual and has complete control over the individual. Individual has no rights whatsoever. Nazis, fascists, and communists all have the same things in common. And I'll tell you something else that's a little interesting for Democrats to be bandying around those terms, because Democrats feel the same way as the Nazis and the fascists and the communists do, and I can prove it by showing you right now my patented matrix of garbage. So let's go over the garbage matrix real quick and see how all this stuff actually lines up. We have the Nazis, the National Socialists of Germany. We have the fascists, the totalitarians from Italy. We have the communists, the economic socialists from the Soviet Union. We have the Democratic Party of the United States, and then we have Maga, the Make America Great Again movement. Let's start with the idea of collectivism. Are they collectivists? Well, let's see. The Nazis, yes. The fascists, yes. The communists, yes. The Democrats, yes. Maga, no. Okay. Are they in favor of disarming the population? The Nazis, yes. The fascists, yes. The communists, yes. The Democrats, yes. Maga, no. Are they in favor of curtailing free speech and limiting free speech? The Nazis, yes. The fascists, yes. The communists, yes. The Democrats, yes. Maga, no. What about the handy idea of having your very own state-controlled news media? The Nazis, yes. The fascists, yes. The communists, yes. The Democrats, yes. Maga, no. What about rule by elite instead of rule by the common man, the common people? The Nazis, yes. The fascists, yes. The communists, yes. The Democrats, yes. The MAGA Republicans, no. Centralized power held in the capital. The Nazis, Berlin, yes. The fascists in Rome, yes. The communists in Moscow, yes. The Democrats in Washington, yes. MAGA, no. How about criminalizing political opponents? Well, the Nazis, yes. The fascists, yes. The communists, yes. The Democrats, yes. You can look at Mar-a-Lago and you can look at Donald Trump's multiple trumped-up charges. Absolutely, they believe in criminalizing their political opponents. What about MAGA? No. Donald Trump could have put Hillary Clinton in jail and he didn't. And among many other criminals, he decided it would be better for the country not to do that. And finally, which one of these parties put their internal enemies into camps? Actually deported their own citizens into camps. Well, the Nazis, yes. The fascists, yes. The communists, yes. The Democrats, yes. You could thank FDR for that over Republican opposition. And MAGA, no. So there's your matrix of garbage. There it is. Notice anything that stands out as being a little bit different than the flow here? The nerve of the Democrats to refer to MAGA Republicans as either Nazis or fascists is beyond my understanding. It's as plain as day, and there's no way around it. But much, much, much more importantly is this. When you call Donald Trump and his supporters Nazis or fascists, but especially Nazis, National Socialists, what you're doing is you are disappearing down the rhetoric hole 6 million human lives that were exterminated in gas chambers all throughout the Nazi regime in terms of 6 million Jews and probably another 6 million homosexuals, people with mental disabilities, gypsies. All of them went down into gas chambers and they never came out again. And by saying that that great mass crime is the moral equivalent of disagreeing with somebody, when saying that the man who orchestrated the mass murder of 12 million people in a factory of destruction is exactly the same as somebody who you disagree with politically because he might want a smaller government or you don't like his hair. You have taken those victims of Nazism and evaporated them into meaninglessness. These are the marks of people who have ripped their own fingernails off of their own hands in a desperate effort to climb out of a gas chamber. So if you want to call Donald Trump a Nazi and his supporters Nazis and fascists, when I see people trying to get out of Madison Square Garden and get away from the Trump rally by ripping off their fingernails, by trying to climb off reinforced concrete walls and get up and out of there, then I'll start taking you seriously. Until then, you're nothing but low-life historical deniers who have, as usual, taken something that is sacred and deserving of protection and conservation. In other words, taken the magnitude of this crime and reduced it to a short-term, cheap, 10-cent ploy. It's a pathetic and sad disgrace. They have disappeared the greatest single crime that the West has seen in the history of civilization, and they have turned it into a party joke, into a Halloween costume. He's cartoon Hitler now. Hitler means nothing. There's no more final solution. There's no more death camps. There's no more extermination centers. There's no more Treblinka, no more Sobibor. None of it. It's all gone. It's all disappeared into the rhetoric hole now. It's just something you call somebody you don't like. Some of us know what those words mean and know what those people did. We'll see you next time right here on Hot Mic.